And Vershawn, he'll get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Can't hear you too well. I guess turn you up. Yeah.
Well. Here we go already. 2022.
Here.
There
you go.
Happy New Year! 2023 has arrived.
Good year to bring in the new year. Good way, VJ. Good way to bring in the new year.
Say, man, listen, man. I'm not gonna jeopardize my life getting on that highway when they say already that the roads are gonna be slick at 11. I'm not gonna be coming home till 12:30. It's not very smart to get on the highway, sir. Four wheels is no. I don't care if I do have a truck. 4x4 is no good against the ice. It's raining. What happens when the temperature drops?
You're a Nebraska guy. You can drive through this slush. This is slush.
Listen, man, I'm a grandpa, man. I gotta watch what I do. I can't just be out here willy-nilly no more. That's why I don't get on motorcycles anymore, man. I can't afford that. It's too dangerous. To all you motorcycle drivers, I salute. And I love to see them riding and wheeling and all that good stuff, but for the captain, no, sir. No, sir. I want to start the show by saying this. Happy birthday to my two lovely children, Deja and Amaya. Happy birthday, you guys. Their birthdays on the same day, 5 years apart. One turned 25, the other one turned 30.
That birthdays get expensive for you at this time of year, huh?
Ah, it's beautiful because it's right around Christmas time, so I usually wrap them all up. It's the same week. So I wrap it all up into one. Bam, I got them in, out, done. And they're on the same day, so I could prepare all year for that. For that week, I could prepare all year. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. Just think about it. I've had 25 years of the same birthday. Get them to say. I got a surprise for them today. I'm not gonna tell you guys what the surprise is, but happy birthday, 25-30. Man, am I old?
Older.
Oh,
you're a year older. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
You're old as the gray on your face.
Whatever. I'm not. Listen, let me tell you something about this gray. This is one of my resolutions because I hope you guys got some resolutions. I'm not gonna cut my face. I'm gonna line it up when it get a little fuller until we beat Colorado.
Wow. What if it doesn't happen this year? Are you gonna wait till the next year? They got them on the next season schedule.
I'll be a woolly mammoth.
That's quite a commitment.
Why not?
Yeah, it'd be fun. I try to grow my hair out and I get too picky with it and I end up cutting it at some point.
I know Terrell's not gonna be in with me.
Sure not.
He really look like a grandpa.
I don't have a resolution.
You don't?
No. Live every day my best day. That's it. That's my resolution. Just live every day my best day.
Well, that's your resolution.
Yeah, it's not a resolution. It's just live every day the same. You know?
Well, we got some stuff to talk about, you guys. It's been a exciting week of sports. Tragic, exciting. But we're going to start off the show by asking Bach what his resolution is. And Fans,
Yeah.
hold on, Bob. 402-464-5685. What's your New Year's resolution for Nebraska? That's where I was going, Terrell. What's the New Year's resolution for Nebraska? What would we like to see out of 2023 moving forward, knowing that, okay, we've got this time between now and spring ball. What do we want to see out of Nebraska? What's our resolution for them? I'm quite sure they've got a resolution, but what's ours? Go ahead, Bob.
Well, for Nebraska too, I mean, I think overall this upcoming season, I know we're just putting a cap on the final part of this season, but I've been saying this for years, and it's true, and it's frustrating that it is the case. But Nebraska needs to take that step to make a bowl game before we get into taking down the West or whatever. I mean, and maybe you can do it all at once, and maybe you can have this miracle ride like TCU had this year. Tulane went from 2 wins this year to beating USC in the Cotton Bowl. So I mean, it can all happen at once. But if I'm looking at Nebraska, especially with the year one under Matt Rule, I guess the New Year's resolution for me is that continues to kind of stick out to me as my primary concern with this hire. Is just the year one you take the hit. So I guess the New Year resolution is to change that, is to come out of the gates running. And again, it's not necessarily to be in a New Year's Six Bowl next year, but it's more, get back to that bowl game, start on the right track, start on the right foot, and go from there. I mean, Bo Pelini was able to do that, come in and turn around a Bill Callahan team. Of course, Bill Callahan had a lot of great recruits that he left on campus for Bo, but he was able to come in, go 9-4 from the start, and then there's your building block. There you move forward. We haven't seen a season like that in a long time, but you could get. This might take some time, and that's kind of frustrating. Husker fans have felt like their patience is wearing thin. And so that's what I'd love to see is to jumpstart that, is to not necessarily have the slow build that we kind of expect from Matt Rule.
Oh, Bach.
What say you, Terrell?
Oh man, come on, Bach. This is 2023 now, Bach. After watching a good week of football, I come to the understanding that Nebraska's need to be more aggressive in the portal. We got to do a better job in the portal. We got to go spend money. After watching these football teams like TCU with 8 defensive transfers on their defense, that's in a 3-3-5 defense. I mean, these kids. I mean, it showed me now that we got to be a portal team. We got to go half and half. Nobody's in college football is waiting for a 3-4 year turnaround. Everybody going for the big shebang. I mean, right now. I mean, we got to get aggressive in the portal. We got to get some guys that can play right away. I mean, TCU, just watching TCU, man, they front line, man, how they ran that 3-3-5. I mean, it's aggressive. It's a good defense. It gives up yards. It has a breaking point. But if you got the right athletes for it, which we do not, we don't even have the number 11 that was on that field for TCU. For being together 1 year and with 7 transfers, they ran that 3-3-5 to perfection. They blitzed right, they tackled, they played good man. I mean, we got to get aggressive in the portal. We're not going to beat anybody by trying to wait 3-4 years just for or a 6-6 record or a 7-6, 8-4, whatever you want to do. We just don't have time right now. We need to be more aggressive in the portal.
TCU gave up how many points?
It don't matter, man. It was a good game. This college football, man. I don't care about scores no more. It's all about victories. It's to the point now where these are the playoffs. You win, you win. I mean, I ain't got time to talk about next week how many points you gave up because you're playing in the national championship game. So who cares about what they gave up? The W was what they got.
But they gave up how many points?
They did give up a lot of points. It was both games were very high scoring. They held Michigan to 186 yards on 40 rushes. How
many points did they give up in the second half?
Man, look, how many points did Michigan give up? How many yards did Michigan give up?
Hey, buddy, I roll with Maxie D and TCU. Okay, remember, I was the only one that took them. Remember that? You remember that?
I wasn't in the studio. I rolled with TCU all year. I was rushed into a position where I had to make just decision pick because I was on the driving and I didn't know how much time I had. So you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about that. But you know what? You're not even in the equation no more. Bach is the winner. The
I'm the
regular
winner.
season. He's the winner this year. Maybe next year, VJ. You know, there's no ribbons or medals for third place finishers. You know, so you take your little $5 check at the end of the day, and we'll see you next year.
Okay, so wait a minute. Michael Dixon and a couple other people say I sound horrible right now. Let's get that fixed. What about now, Michael Dixon? Is that better or no? Make sure you got me together over here.
Did you do anything? Are you doing anything different than usual?
No, I had it where I had it, and what do I sound like to you guys? Pretty good.
Not quite as on par as usual. It does sound like a little bit.
I haven't changed anything. Everything's still the same. Michael Dixon says no. It's horrible. Still, no. Everybody's saying no. It's horrible. Can we get Mark?
We can try to get Mark to help during the break.
Okay, cool. Well, anyway, you guys talk.
I would say it's horrible. We can still, hear you, understand you. Just doesn't sound as clear as usual.
Well, I want to hear for my people.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Can you turn my volume up, Buck, on your end?
Yeah, it's not like the sound. It's not. It's like
turn it up on your end.
Yeah, I got to turn it up.
Yeah. Michael Dixon, is that good? Kevin C, let me know. I want them. This is 2023, buddy. We don't got to play around with this. We can fix it on the fly.
Sounds bad. Oh man,
right.
Good. Thanks for coming in.
Don't make me feel bad.
2023, the captain.
Hey, no, you did win as far as the weekend picks. You got 10 right. Terrell and I got 6 right. Now, as far as catching up for the entire season, that does make me the champion. You can't quite catch up to me, but you're 1 behind Terrell. There's 1 game left, so Terrell's going to have a choice to make, whether he just wants to pick whatever you pick for the national championship to ensure his win over you, or he might you guys go opposite.
I'm gonna play my pick right before when we go to break with that song. Okay, that's my pick.
Oh yeah. Okay,
my pick when we go to break. I'm gonna pick my game for the national championship team.
Okay, that's fair. We still sound like crap, but that's fair.
Hey,
I'm gonna sound like crap all the way in, guys.
They say you sound like crap. I sound good. You sound like crap. They didn't say me and Bach sound like crap now.
Oh, come on, guys, get me together.
You
got me all jacked up. Can I switch up with it? There's nothing different. I'm telling you. You guys got me throwed off. I'm throwed off. Hold on a minute. Let's do this. I want to stay on point. You guys can talk about this. Okay, so Maxie D, you claim you stuck with TCU, but we know you're a fair weather fan. We know that. We know that, Terrell, because you picked Tennessee to beat Georgia. So I'm not surprised if you try to pick TCU now. I'm not surprised.
Don't worry about what I pick. You know what? I'm winning. So, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's what's wrong with people. I don't care about the record. I care about the victory. So, only thing, I got 1 victory left, and that's all I need. I could go with either team I want to because I picked both teams all year long, except Georgia 1 game. Now, TCU another game because I was on the road. I didn't have time. I was trying to make a rush decision, which, I could have said in the studio with y'all, but I couldn't. So it kind of threw me off.
Next year, you got to go with my Alabama strategy. Stick with them every week. Even if they lose, at least you'll say you picked them every week.
Who's TCU playing?
Georgia.
Okay. So that should be really simple who you taking.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know yet.
Why?
I rolled with 1 all year, and it's a hard decision.
Wow. You know what? Whatever you pick, I'm picking the opposite.
Okay. That's good. That's what I want you to do.
I am.
Yeah, it gives you a chance.
And listen, if I had to pick first, I would pick TCU. But I know you.
You know
I
what's
know
the,
you.
you know the funny thing about this whole
I
situation
know you.
about this me up one game. You was up all year, VJ. You know, I came back the last 2 weeks of the last like 2 weeks of the season. You and Bach was up there. Bach only 5 games in front of me, so I can live with that.
Yeah, that's a winner though.
You
I
know,
need a championship.
I still
belt.
lost the
It's
Bach,
over.
but you know, I feel better just beating you. You know,
Sounds
that's
like
all.
you want a participation award.
It doesn't matter. I don't need a word. Just bring me a
Yeah.
sweet potato pie.
Yeah. New Year's resolution. No sweet potato pies.
Okay.
Okay, so Max Duggan, right across the river. And listen, shout out to him, man. I thought that we should have recruited him high, hard, and heavy. We didn't.
Yeah, the kid is amazing. He's amazing. Amazing quarterback. Great runner. Great runner, just great passer, great clutch player. You know, he come through when you need him the most. They running back went out. They had another excellent running back to step up. You know, I feel bad for the young man because he was a great running back too, but you know, hopefully he could be well for the national title game. It was that was I thought that was the best game until the Georgia game, but I still think TCU and Michigan played the best game out of the whole week.
I mean, exciting, definitely exciting game.
I mean, you would think that you would think by just Michigan being the Big Ten champs and how we seen them play all year, I thought they would be able to capitalize off just up front. You know, I thought they supposed to have been outmatched TCU, but TCU put up a hell of a fight. I mean, that's one of those games where you see when your best player's not out there, things don't go right.
Yeah, they did. They were without Blake Corum, and you know, there was a lot of things to break down in that game as far as they should have had a touchdown.
Tight ends going out.
Yeah,
you know,
they should have had a touchdown that was declared at the 1. They fumbled the ball. That was 2 times inside the 10 that they didn't score. They threw 2 pick sixes. I mean, they did not play a clean game, and it bit them. And you know, to the Ohio State Georgia side, Ohio State just breaking down that is fascinating as compared to Michigan, because Ryan Day, now they're talking about taking away his play calling duties and you know what the pressure is on him for a guy that was a kick away from being in the national championship game, probably from being favored in the national championship game. Now because it doesn't go in, all this stuff kind of piles against him. But overall, I come away from this year, and there's certain years like this, and it isn't most years. I think most years a 4-team playoff. Heck, I'm an old school guy. I think 2 is fine.
I like it. Old school guy.
Yeah. To determine the best 2 teams, I think that usually we're going to see there's not going to be much separation. This year, if you had a 12-team playoff, things would be haywire. I don't walk away from this game thinking Georgia and TCU are by far the best 2 teams in the nation. I'm coming away thinking, you know what? Ohio State and Michigan were right there after watching some of these other bowl games. Alabama, Tennessee. If you had a 12-team playoff, I don't know what it would look like this year. And there's going to be years like that where it's crazy and it's fun. And I can't wait for that in the future. But there's nobody walking away from this team in my mind competing with the 95 Huskers or any of the great traditional teams that we think of as one of the best of all time.
Well, I agree with you on that one, but they are the best 2 teams in 2022. We'll see who wins this. I like TCU to win it, but play my Max Duggan. This is shout out to Maxie D. We'll move on. We got other things to talk about, but I think it was important. And his mom is a trip. Listen to what his mom says.
I was born and raised in Council Bluffs, Iowa. You know, if you're going to make anybody mad, you probably don't want to make someone from Council Bluffs too upset.
Council Bluffs is a blue-collar railroad town. People are hard workers, kind of a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, but good people.
TCU quarterback Max Duggan, like his father before him, is a child of this working-class town located on the grittier, supposed wrong side of the Missouri River.
Omaha's bigger. Council Bluffs is on the Iowa side. It's not on the Nebraska side. Council-Tucky. That's usually what it's referred to, but we know better.
Max's mom and dad met at the University of South Dakota, where Deb was a star hurdler and Jim a star quarterback. They moved back to Council Bluffs and adopted a family ethos that fits their town.
I'd say, you know what? Just don't take any off anybody, whether you're playing or in life. Stand up for what you feel is right, and you'll never doubt yourself.
What is the best piece of advice your dad ever gave you?
You know, he always says, big talk don't make a big man. You got to put your nose down, go to work. Not everything is going to be given to you.
Max would come out here in the summer when we baled hay, probably since he was about a 7th or 8th grader. He would help pick up hay bales. They weighed anywhere from 65 to 85 pounds a bale.
I try to get some of the old linemen, you know, some of the other guys on the team to come out.
It is funny because some of those kids would do it one time and then they wouldn't return.
You pick up 1,000 bales of hay, you find out real fast physically how tough you are, and more importantly, how mentally tough you are. It's a character builder for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Brody, I could throw a rock over to Council Bluffs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, shout out to
What do
TCU, man, and Max Duggan, man.
What do you think about Kentucky, like, residents listening to that story? It's like, whoa, hey, they do that? Jeez.
I know when she said that, I'm like, whoa. Council Tucky, what does that mean?
Have you heard that before?
Yeah, I heard it before, but I wonder what it means.
Yeah.
We'll
Making fun of
nice.
Kentucky and Council Bluffs at the same time, I guess.
I know. I just wanted to throw. I thought that was funny, and I was the only one to pick TCU, so I figured I could at least, you know, play that, being that Terrell, who claims he's been riding with TCU all year.
I have witness. I have Bach. Bach knows it. Bach takes the game down.
Well, I mean, it's tape, it's recorded. So
Okay, you went against TCU a couple of times this year.
I went against them one time, and that was
against
K-State.
Texas. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I forgot about Max ED.
Mm-hmm.
So don't try to shoot the messenger because I'm one game behind, and it's gonna be tied anyway. It doesn't matter. Bach beat us both.
Yes, it doesn't matter. We won't be tied. I'll be beating you. I got second place.
That's a lie.
Okay.
They don't believe it.
Is that it, Buck?
No, that's a different one. This is VJ's outro here.
Oh.
You want to do your outro?
Yeah, I want to do my outro.
All right.
This is my pick right here. All right.
All right, we'll do your outro later, VJ.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is my pick for this next Monday night game.
All right, go.
Monday night, national championship. Georgia. Georgia. The whole day through. Just an old sweet song
Yes.
keeps Georgia on my mind. '23 national champions. Yeah. Woo! Georgia.
Oh,
A song. This is the Ticket 93.7. Happy New Year's. We in 2023, and we talking about the National Champions Cup coming up Monday night. And my winner is, you know what it is. It's them Georgia Bulldogs. We'll be back after these messages. Reach out to me.
that was nice.
I smile tenderly, still in the peaceful dreams I see. The road leads back.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstoRats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy new year. We are thankful for many things from 2022 and hope that 2023 brings prosperity for you and starts off well for everyone in your life. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC, sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Captain Show. I hope that's a little bit better. If it's not, you're going to have to ride with me for the day anyway on 2023.
Yeah, I don't think that's better.
Somebody say you sound like you in a barrel.
What is going on? Why? Why?
Sound like you're in a cave or something, man.
You just reading.
No, I'm saying that it sounds like you're in a dark cave with some pictures in the background.
Really? How about On 3 reporting that Nebraska's hired wide receiver Garrett McGuire?
Yeah, that's a young guy. That's a young position coach.
Oh,
23 years old.
Yeah.
5'10", 188. You know, he used to play quarterback for Cedar Hill High School in Texas. You know, that's in Dallas. Guess who the head coach was? Joey McGuire.
At his high school?
Yeah, his dad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm simply saying he's got pedigree, coaching wise. You know, yeah, he's young, but let's go to 2017. He was a redshirt freshman at Baylor. 2018 redshirt freshman, appeared in one game. 2019 sophomore, first team academic All Big 12, appeared in 3 games. 2020 appeared in 2 games on special teams. 21 and 22 he was at Carolina.
I'm kind of bobbled by this because this. What kind of hire is this? Is this a? I don't know. Is this I don't know what the hires do these coaches qualify. I mean, because these kids need to be brought up in a system where they need to be groomed and developed. So I don't get the young coaches. I don't know. It's hard for me, for me to speak on this subject right now because I got to think about it for more. It's kind of just baffles me though.
Well, Matt Rule clearly takes care of his guys. He takes care of his players and if they're interested in moving them into the coaching world. So in a way like this, it's kind of the family hire, bring up, like you said, his dad is now at Baylor, an associate head coach there. So he's got coaching in his bloodline. That being said, he's a grad assistant. He's the age of a grad assistant. And, modern day football, we're seeing all these young offensive minds move up rather quickly. And sometimes it works. So maybe that's kind of the idea with him is to highlight him and maybe think he's got an incredible future there. That being said, a position coach, when like there's guys that are playing college football right now that are like 2 years older than him.
So
it's really interesting.
But you take a guy that you said played in 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, he's been at Carolina for 2 years. What experience is this for college though for him? What he got to learn to you're grooming a coach that's still trying to groom the players. That I don't understand that because you need something better than that. That you gotta groom the kids before you groom a coach. This coach should be seasoned already, but he's not. I mean, he's coming to something new. Now he got to learn how to recruit. You can say just because he's been in college, he still don't know the ins and outs of recruits. He don't know the rules. He don't know the facts about it. He don't know where to go, what time to go. He got to learn all that.
He's learning
stuff
on the fly, yeah.
I mean, you're gonna learn on the fly, but still, I mean, are you still getting the best coach for the job though? Just because it's your people, I don't care who's the coach, but at the same time, just get somebody here who can help develop these players faster while you still trying to develop the coach.
Michael Dixon says nepotism at its finest. You know what that word means, Black Shirt?
Break it down to me.
Oh, the practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives or friends, especially by giving them jobs.
I mean, you can call it that. I mean, that's one of the good. That's a good definition of it. I wouldn't call it that. I mean, yeah, you could because
Michael Dixon said that, by the way. Sorry about that, Terrell.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I'm not. I look at it from a different perspective. That if I'm the head coach, I want somebody I can tell what to do. that's going to follow what I say to the T. And if you got an 8-year deal, in 8 years, he'll be a young and up and coming coach, like they like to groom. What, Bob?
Yeah, that sounds like you're talking yourself into this one. By the time the contract runs up, he'll be 30. I mean, he's still young as heck for a position coach. I don't know. It's certainly a strategy. We've heard before, surround yourself with experts. I don't know. They say you got to put in a certain amount of hours, like years worth of work to become an expert.
If you don't have a coach on that coaching staff with experience for wide receivers, especially when they get crunch time, and this guy doesn't know, who are you going to tell? What's the rule? He's a linebacker. He don't know. The offensive coordinator, he's the offensive line. So you need, maybe you're going to get an analyst for this receiver group. Maybe you need some analysts to help groom this coach, because you could have went and got Keith Williams, who's a great offensive receiver coach out there. I mean, I just think it was better coaches for the job. But at the end of the day, it's not my team. I'm just a fan, or I'm just I just talk Husker football. I'm not here to agree with Husker football, but like I said, I don't think this is a fit hire.
What do you think that meeting room looks like? How's that go?
It probably looks like a high school coaching. I mean, just like high school coaching group. Who knows?
Well, I mean, it'll be interesting. A lot of these guys kind of have at least worked with Rule, or, and a lot of them work together. I don't have a problem with bringing your guys along. I know, like, if it goes wrong, then obviously it's easy to point back and say, well, he got a bunch of yes man, his friends. But at the same time, for a lot of these coaches, like if you're the head name, like Matt Rule's the head name, but he's had the same, and he didn't bring this guy along with him. He's had the same defensive coordinator the whole time. Why would you go away from what's elevating you through the coaching community and just go? And that's what Matt Rule said with the Panthers. He thought that he kind of, if he would go back and he would do something different, he would look for guys that he's worked with before, guys that he knows and can trust, rather than going out and making resume hires. So that's what you're seeing here. And it's he's got some time to kind of tinker with the staff. What I don't want to see is kind of what I saw with Frost in year one, is even if you have a bad year, I think you gotta give it time to play out, because with Frost, like, pretty quickly fired his defensive line coach, quickly fired the offensive coordinator, and it was like, okay, so how much do you like? How put together was this from the beginning, or did you just kind of patch it together and now you're making moves on the fly? I at least want to see some continuity with this coaching staff, regardless of whether I think they're the best hires out of the gate. Because then I at least have a feeling that you believed in your hires. You didn't just kind of throw it together.
Yeah.
Good point.
I mean, I think it's a great point. I think 23 is young. Can it be done? Absolutely. Is it optimal? You could probably went and got a better off wide receivers coach, but could you have gotten a guy that you can tell to do X, Y, and Z and keep the secrets in-house? You can trust the young guy. He recruited him. So, Dad was in coaching. I think Dad is some type of associate head coach at Baylor or something, And so when you look at the, coaching pedigree and the nepotism, that is what that is. That's how, you raise young coaches up. That's how, they talk about Kellen Moore being a 30-year-old offensive coordinator with Dallas Cowboys. And then you think about a couple questions is, you can be hidden in that position, because if you got a great head coach that understands wide receivers, or offensive coordinator that can coach wide receivers, then you can hire a coach. That's what that is. Grooming them up. I mean, he's closer to their age. Somebody I guess they can talk to. Maybe they feel comfortable talking to. I don't know how that's going to look.
So yeah,
I thought it was peculiar though, and 23 years old. So it remains to be seen. That's why I tell you, for my New Year's resolution for Nebraska is to actions speak louder than words. You know,
Yeah.
next time I go to the university, the guys should have a different look in their eyes. It should be more of a hunger, more of a drive to win, more of a I have to get it done, a double time, understanding what Husker Power is, all of that mixed into one. I think that'll tell me that we're on our way. You know, so I'm gonna keep it positive mind. It's 2023. Got to be free. Live free.
So so here's my question for you and Bach though, VJ. Okay. Rule coach at Baylor last. Okay. Now here's a lot of situations I can say. Now he left Baylor, what, 2018?
I think it was more recent than that because he's just been with the Panthers the last couple of years, like 2020, I believe.
Okay. So the thing about this whole coaching staff is that these guys been with him. Now they coming back to college football after a 2-year layoff. But back then, college football didn't have a transfer portal. They didn't have the NIL. So are these coaches 2 years behind? Because is it that the fact that they don't know that good about a transfer portal? Should they have a portal advisory, somebody for them? Because these guys haven't coached in college football since what?
Yeah, 2019.
2019.
At least.
Now you're coming back after what, 2-year highness? But you know, college football has changed. In those 2 years you've been gone, college football has changed dramatically. Not just saying a little bit. This whole transfer portal, big deal. So my question to y'all when y'all come back is being 2 years behind, does that still set the program back? You know, or do we just move ahead?
23andMe. Garrett McGuire, new running back, wide receiver coach at the University of Nebraska. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the NFL and the tragic incident that happened yesterday. More, the captain, the ticket, when we get back.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers. Listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com. Because when you find one company, you find the benefit of three.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake. Chances are it looks pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like. Just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Let me share something to make life just a little easier. It's just one word, Bryant. If we need service on our furnace or AC, we call Bryant. Same thing goes for an electrical issue. If I have a problem with my faucet, a toilet, a drain, or a water heater, I don't need to know how to fix something. I just need to know who to call. And at our house, it's Bryant.
Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Just one call. 467-1111. Remember, we do whatever it takes.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you Go Big Red!
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering blowout savings on in-stock 2022 compact tractors and mowers. Make quick work at chores around your acreage and save over $4,000 on select John Deere compact tractors equipped with a loader and rear blade. Or save up to $1,000 on select 2022 John Deere Z-Trax and lawn tractors. Visit your local Acres store or acres.com to get these great discounts. Acres, solutions for every field. Discounts available on in-stock units multiplied.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism. People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of rain, snow, and freezing rain throughout the day. We'll see a high of around 35. Tonight, mostly cloudy and windy with a low of around 24. And tomorrow, mainly cloudy. It will still be breezy tomorrow, too. We'll see a high of around 30. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clutcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Terrell. Let's stay focused. Give up your question again. What's the question? Come on. Come on, Terrell. Ask us your question. Get to the question. Terrell?
What'd you say now, sir?
Get to the question that you asked us. Let's just put this to bed now. And by the way, I do think, just to go back to, there is some other coaches on the staff that do have college experience, both your coordinators. So you got some, level of management at the top that can make sure that they coach their coaches. You got to do it. I mean, he's 23. You got to do it. I'm not gonna knock him because he's 23. I wish it was me at 23. Nepotism. Is it nepotism? Hit us up. Let us know. 402-464-5685. What say you?
Well, I guess if you just look at the offensive staff, okay, like the coordinators, that's a good point, but just the offensive staff here, running backs, EJ Barthel, again, his best jobs are what Matt Rule gave him. Garrett McGuire's best job, obviously, is fresh, brand new to the whole thing, but his best jobs is what Matt Rule gave him. Bob Wager, the new tight ends coach, high school coach, and Donovan Raiola, of course, the holdover, only has 1 year of position coach experience. This is to me, it just seems like I'm a big resume guy. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes, we've seen how that plays out, but it's just not an impressive list as far as the position coaches, as far as their resumes, major college football coaching.
Well, I think you got to think about the money too. You got to think, if you're paying, that money pool is not that big, right? So you can't afford to maybe get those guys at 600,000, but you can get these younger guys at 300,000 or 220,000, and let them build their resume up, and they give them raises every 2 or 3 years anyway. So to me, on one end, you got to question it because he's 23, right? On the other end, you got to look at it and say, hey, man, he's getting the guys that are loyal to him. Wouldn't you do the same thing if you were the head coach? Or would you get the best guys?
No,
available?
I think you get the best guys available. I mean, you're getting paid a lot of money, and they gave you a great amount for assistance. So, money, like Trev said, money is not the issue. So, I think the best guy for the job should be, as a coach, you should trust the coaches you're coaching with. It don't matter who you go get and where they're being or what's their coaching status or how many national titles they won or how many Big 10, Big 12, big SEC titles you won. I mean, you should go get the best coach available that can help you win at the end of the day. Not a bunch of guys that you can tell what to do and some yes sir, no sir guys. You need coaches who's gonna not challenge you, but have some input or have the guts to say, hey coach, I think we need to change this up right here. I think something's going wrong. You need coaches like that has that pedigree in their background to talk.
Axel Foley says, I'm not exactly a big resume guy either, but the resume needs to be longer than I just graduated high school.
Yeah.
And this is one of those situations where I think every time we bring him up, he's going to get a year younger. I think we just make him younger. He's 24, so we'll have to try to keep that in our mind. The linebacker coach that's reported along with this hire apparently looks like an elder compared to him. He's 28. So this is another position coach that they're getting that played for Matt Rule, coached at Lehigh, did the Panthers thing, like a lot of these guys are doing because of their connection with Matt Rule. But I don't know. It's a staff that's got a lot out there to prove still. And I think part of it too, and it's always going to be hard not to look at it this way, is that Mickey Joseph was kind of the standard. That was kind of the thought was, okay, maybe you could at least keep him as wide receiver coach. And where he's at, obviously, in the coaching community is, outside of the trouble that he's in, just before, all that other stuff kind of comes into play, was one of the top wide receiver coaches in the nation. So you're going from potentially having one of the proven resume guys, top wide receiver coaches in the nation, to, well, we'll try this young kid out that Matt Rule knows. And so I'm excited for. I generally, it's at least it's something new, because it's kind of exciting for the fan base, because if you just bring in some 50-year-old head, wide receiver coach, that has a resume, it's kind of fun, but it just kind of blends in with all the other guys that have been hired at Nebraska over the years. I'm going to follow this guy's career now. I mean, for quite some time, just because it feels like this is his first big break. And, it is the football is kind of a sport. A lot of these young offensive minds, it's kind of become the sexy, trendy thing to do is get them. But, it rarely is this young. So he's going to kind of grow up here at Nebraska, and then we'll see kind of where this takes him.
I'm wondering, did he graduate from Baylor? I mean, I'm quite sure he did, but that's a question that I would have. I'm quite sure he graduated from Baylor, but I'm just saying, he's young, man. Playing wide receiver is about knowing how to use your body, right? And knowing how to, and maybe, I'm thinking about it. Maybe this whole running back receiver switch position thing is a part of this thing. Maybe that's a part of the mindset, that maybe they all be in the same room together. We don't know. I don't know how that will work, but if you're going to mix and match, it would mean that your play call should be easy, and the interchanging of players should be simple because everybody's doing the same thing. They all know what to do at running back when they're at running back. They all know what to do at receiver when they're at receiver. That's what it sounds like to me. So I could be wrong, but it remains to be seen. I think we should definitely sit back, watch, but just as far as reporting the news, I think that's good. Texas Jeremy says this. Was Joey McGuire, and I think you're meaning Garrett McGuire, but was Joey McGuire an established candidate when Rule plucked him from the high school level? He just took a lane train to the woodshed in his first year head coach. Point is, what do any of us know about these guys' coaching abilities? It's a great question.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need the break, right? I mean, that's kind of the idea again with the tight ends coach that they're bringing in is, he's an established tight. Joey McGuire was the father, of course. Now the Texas Tech coach, he got his break from Matt Rule, and Texas Tech had one of their best seasons they've had, I believe, since Mike Leach was there. So it is one route. UNLV has tried that route. The last couple hires before this past one with high school coaches that were working at Bishop Gorman down there didn't work out. So, I mean, with all these hires, there's always things that you can point to, similarities between coaches' previous attempts where, hey, this worked out great. And that's why, that's where the optimism comes from. But there's always, there's no perfect candidate. There's no perfect way to do it. We see that, of course, in college football every year, the different things that work out and some things that don't, that are surprises to us. I mean, Texas A&M, I mean, generally, if you have the number one recruiting class for, top 5 recruiting class for 4 years straight, you're not going to go 5-7. But so there's no in life and sports, there's no just perfect resume that's going to deliver results. But there are the comparisons out there that could make you feel good, and especially with Matt Rule and the Joey McGuire one. So, the family line is there, and then kind of the high school plucking from the tight ends coach Bob Wager too, kind of could make sense, and you could feel better about with the Joey McGuire thing, how that's turned around in Lubbock.
Yeah, Dan Doherty says this: the generation gap in college football is wide. Youth may be the answer, and I'm gonna flip over to Pecan Pie. Says fire hunger with the youth is better than watching a Whipple sitting on his lazy old booty and do nothing besides be set in his ways.
Well, yeah, but I'm not. When I get to that point, it's not even about Whipple. Them ages of coaches. It's more like the like Turner Gill was to us. You know what I'm saying? Like we was, more like a young coach Samuel. Like a 55-year-old, 45 to 55-year-old. I'm not saying 35-year-old coaches don't work, but when you get into the 23s and 20, I mean, you got to go after these older transfers, and this transfer look at you and like, hey, you're my coach, and hey, I'm older than you.
Yeah.
So how do you think that transfer is going to feel like? I don't understand. I mean, that's probably what they're thinking too. So it's just a lot of stuff you can add to it.
That's what I'd have to double check. I think, I know Stetson Bennett's older than Garrett McGuire. I think that Casey Thompson might be as well.
Yeah. So
Casey Thompson's definitely older than McGuire.
Yeah.
I like that name McGuire though. Coach McGuire.
Yeah.
Do they call him Coach McGuire?
I don't know. I think so.
Or do they call him
Hey. Like look,
I'm just saying, I thought that was like that's wow. 23, like perfect. It's
but
the perfect age if you want to groom a guy. But is that what Nebraska needs right now when we're talking about where our program is and where we're trying to go?
I mean, I know we had a lot of grad assistants that, more like holding the cards for the scout team, but that's what it reminds me of. Like, is he a grad assistant or is he a coach? So you have to think about that.
He's going to have to be careful not to blur those lines because he might naturally get along with the grad assistants that's a little bit better. And then, if he starts, kind of hanging out with them, and then they're going to tell him, hey, go do those grad assistant duties. And he's just kind of sneaking off the other way.
Nah, he's in the in conversation. So, I think I'm telling you, having a guy 23-year-old it's got its pluses, because you got somebody that, a player may trust this coach at 23 to tell him some stuff that he might not trust to tell an old head. I don't know necessarily if it's what Nebraska needs, but again, it's what Coach Rule wants. And
But
what
these
Coach
kids,
Rule wants.
but these kids go to colleges where the coaches are more popular for helping these kids get to the NFL. That's one of the minuses I don't see, because a lot of kids come where the good positions coaches are.
Like I said before, I think when the only how they become great is you start them young. So there's a double-edged sword to this hire, but I think it's one that if you look at it again on the offensive side of the ball, for sure, young it seems to be the way that we're going at Nebraska. You got to have the youth in there coaching, I guess. We'll see how it works out. My music playing?
Yep.
I can't hear it.
Well, it's kind of in a break here during the natural song. It's building.
Wow. No, I gave you the clip that you should just right where it started. You didn't get the clip?
No, I thought it was just the whole song.
No, it's just the clip. Come on, Whipple. Whip, you there?
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it now. It's playing.
Is it playing?
You don't hear it? Yeah, I can turn it up.
I don't hear it at all. Yeah, something going on. Okay. Anywho, go at the break, Terrell, because I can't hear it.
All right. We're at the Ticket 93.7. I'm the black shirt, Terrell Farley, coming in the year 2023. I'm with the captain, and I'm with Doc, and we'll be back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM first, 93.7 The Ticket.
Ever think of having a career in plumbing or heating? Do you enjoy watching your favorite game in a nice, comfortable space? Taking a shower after a warm day? Well, everyone we serve at Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air sure does. If you're interested in a career in plumbing, heating, and air, come join our team where you'll get paid while training. No experience required. Enjoy great pay and benefits in a friendly environment. Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air at 402-466-8118 or apply online at biggerstaff.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Eric Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy new year. We are thankful for many things from 2022 and hope that 2023 brings prosperity for you and starts off well for everyone in your life. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get, and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. It's football season, and that means you're tailgating with friends, or if you're like me, yelling at the TV during Vikings games. Trek CBD has a variety of products to help calm me down during the games, so don't scare my dog. But in the rare cases that I yell too much, there's CBD products for him, too, and all other pets. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Trek CBD has it all at 84th and Aderman. Trek CBD done right.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for technicians of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package with 100% paid employee health insurance, paid time off, paid parental and bereavement leave, an annual recreation bonus, and a boot and clothing allowance. Landmark offers the latest certified John Deere training, so you're up to date with the newest equipment and technology. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply Careers. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
Let me share something to make life just a little easier. It's just one word, Bryant. If we need service on our furnace or AC, we call Bryant. Same thing goes for an electrical issue. If I have a problem with my faucet, a toilet, a drain, or a water heater, I don't need to know how to fix something. I just need to know who to call. Then at our house, it's Bryant.
Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Just one call. 467-1111. Remember, we do whatever it takes.
Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, guests can expect a casual, inviting local gathering place with some of the best jam burgers and fries you'll find in Lincoln. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com.
I'm Jenny Vinson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. It's a new year. One resolution that should be a priority is to make reading a part of your child's daily routine. Kick off the new year by making reading a priority in your home. Read to your children. Let them read to you. Make every day an opportunity to sharpen your child's language skills while expanding their vocabulary and knowledge.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association. Aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at the truth. Look at the truth. And look at the
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
Okay. It's 11:11. We'll talk about it. I asked you, Black Shirt, if that had happened to one of our teammates where they had to resuscitate him on the field, would you play?
Nah.
Bob?
No, that's obviously the Mar Hamlin cardiac arrest is what it's been labeled as now. It's that's goes outside of football injury, and obviously it was. I mean, you could tell the emotions of the guys. Now I do know, like a lot of people go after the NFL because the protocol was to have them, kind of gather together for 5 minutes and go out and play, and it took them a while to kind of permanently suspend the game. There's no, I guess, protocol for that. There's no trial run until you actually go through it. I don't really blame the NFL. They ultimately made the right call. They kind of let the players decide. They kind of let the situation breathe, figure out kind of what was going on. And it was a thing, and it still is a thing where you don't know how it's going to turn out. And it's it's pretty dire, life or death type of situation. So, you know, at that point, how could you play a game? How could you care at all about down and distance or anything like that? You know, it's just, and it would be reckless, it'd be ugly. And you just, everybody would be sitting there thinking, what are we doing? So, I mean, ultimately the right call was made. Maybe it took them a little bit longer than some people would have liked to get there. But again, there's no trial run for this. This was shocking. This was new.
Yeah. I want to play a clip for you, VJ. Go ahead, Bob.
All right. This is Ryan Clark on the DeMar Hamlin situation.
I think the first thing, this is about DeMar Hamlin. And it's about a young man at 24 years old that was living his dream, that a few hours ago was getting ready to play the biggest game of his NFL career, and there's probably nowhere else in the world he wanted to be. And now he fights for his life. And when DeMar Hamlin falls to the turf, and when you see the medical staff rush to the field and both teams are on the field, you realize this isn't normal. You realize this isn't just football. And so many times in this game, and in our job as well, we use the cliches, you know, I'm ready to die for this. I'm willing to give my life for this. It's time to go to war. And I think sometimes we use those things so much, we forget that part of living this dream is putting your life at risk. And tonight, you know, we got to see a side of football that is extremely ugly, a side of football that no one ever wants to see or never wants to admit exists. When you see both teams on the field crying in that way, your first thought is DeMar Hamlin. The second thought is his family. And this isn't about a football player, right? This is about a human. This is about a brother. This is about a son. This is about a friend. This is about someone who is loved by so many that you have to watch go through this. I dealt with this before, and I watched my teammates for days come to my hospital bed and just cry. I had them call me and tell me that they didn't think I was going to make it, and now this team has to deal with that, and they have no answers. And so the next time I think that we get upset at our favorite fantasy player, or we're upset that the guy on our team doesn't make the play, and we're saying he's worthless, and we're saying you get to make all this money, we should remember that these men are putting their lives on the line to live their dream. And tonight, DeMar Hamlin's dream became a nightmare for not only himself, but his family and his entire team.
Wow. Well, I want to take you back. It's 1994. It's my redshirt freshman year. I'm still on the scout team. I'm playing receiver. Go figure. Booker is the corner. I run a post. I shook Booker's draws off, and I'm going to the post. The ball's coming. Booker pushes me. The safety is Octavius the Murder Man McFarland. This is the reason they call him the Murder Man. He absolutely destroyed me. And lights were out. It's the one time I've ever been knocked out on the field. And when I finally came to, I was looking up at the sky, not knowing what the heck was going on. The rescue squad came onto the field to get me. They didn't move me. I wasn't moving. I had tingling, but I could move a little bit of my extremities. But it was bad. Like, it stopped practice. And Octavius tells his story, and when he comes back on, I want him to tell his story. But Lawrence Phillips was so mad at Octavius. We're in practice, and he took a shot on your teammate that he wanted. I had to. Now, the great thing about this is I was at the hospital. They checked me out. Like, everything came back. I went back into the locker room. By the end of practice, I was back into the locker room. So I wasn't all the way jacked up, to that degree. But my point is, I couldn't imagine one of my buddies, one of my teammates, especially when you get to the NFL and it's only 53 of those guys, plus, scout team, but 53 of those guys are going on that plane when they go to away games. 53 of those guys went to Cincy and saw one of their teammates. I don't want to say he died, but obviously his heart stopped. And when that happens, I think the game goes out of the door completely, and life has to be preserved. And there's no way I would have been able to play a game. There's no way I'll be able to play a game. So, my heart goes out to DeMar. I wish him a full recovery. I told you the story of my story at Nebraska and having the rescue squad happened to come and get me up off the turf, because a lot of guys like myself, we laid our lives on the line at practice. I mean, I was there. Terrell, I don't know if you had made it there yet when Corey Dixon broke his neck. Not Corey Dixon, but oh gosh, my bad. Not Corey Dixon. Sorry, Corey. What was his name? It'll come to me. But he was dynamic, man. And he got hit in practice and broke his neck. And his career was over at that point. David Riddick. It was one of the most gruesome injuries I've ever seen in football. David Riddick broke his leg, and the way he broke it was just, And, no disrespect to how we did things back then, but let me tell you, all we did was move it up 10 yards, and we kept practicing. Meanwhile, David Riddick's got a broken leg and he's on his way to the hospital. So that for me is, I look at it a couple different ways, because in college, when I went down, I don't think the team stopped practicing. Now, I was still breathing, thank the Lord. But at the end of the day, when somebody could lose their life, man, behind the game, shouldn't we look at the players that's playing the game a little bit more with gentle eyes? Understanding that these young men that are coming from all over the planet to play for the University of Nebraska, and if they're going to practice in their lives, which I hope we are, because that's what we signed up for. But at any given moment, their careers can be snuffed out. You gotta put yourself in the best physical shape possible in order to endure those hits. Terrell, do you ever remember being hurt? I mean, missing practice. Let me just say that.
No.
Do you remember missing practice?
No.
I don't either. I mean, I think I was out, and I might have milked it a little bit. And I remember George Sullivan, rest in peace, George Sullivan, the great legend that was a trainer at Nebraska. We were getting prepared for the bowl game, and I was still kind of, feeling a certain type of way about, my neck was still kind of stiff. And I remember him saying, if you don't practice, you're not going to the bowl game. You talk about ruffians. See, believe me, I was out there at practice.
He bribed you, huh? He had to bribe you.
Bribe? That was a threat.
That's a blackmail, I guess.
Yeah, he blackmailed you.
Blackmail?
He was ready out there.
There was nobody that I could go to Coach Osborne and be like, Sully told me if I didn't practice, I wasn't going to play. I wasn't going to the bowl game. So it wasn't no blackmail. It was a threat. If you don't practice, sir, you are not going to the bowl game. Well, my neck wasn't all the way blew out, so I figured I better get out there and practice. And thank goodness for the black shirts. You know what I mean? They took it easy. They didn't destroy me when they could. They knew I was still kind of beat up. You know, that was when the black shirts really didn't care. But they, you know, I had built a friendship that was based on me going hard at practice and giving them a look, and they respected me because of it. So again, my heart goes out to DeMar. Definitely get better. You know, I hope that you, just get better soon, and the team rally around him. And man, you hate to see that happen to such a young guy, because not only his career could be over, but life as he know it, if he doesn't recover, could change. You know, so you know, love these guys up when you get a chance. That's all I try to do when I get a chance to talk to the players, no matter who it is. I always try to high five them up and just love them up, man. You know, we talk on the radio about play and how people are playing on the football field, you know, but we all got to remember that they're human. They're human and they're young, you know, and you don't know what they're going through in their personal lives. You know, all we see is what we see on Saturdays and on spring games and in the media. But these guys have lives too. And so if you're a fan and you have the opportunity to run into a player, give them a high five, let them know that you appreciate the sacrifice that they've been given to the University of Nebraska.
Yeah, and I thought too, your point about practice, Ryan Clark kind of said that last night. And I think too, it's interesting in this field because you don't prepare for that, you know, a situation like that. So hats off to everybody that was kind of, you know, was just with the ESPN broadcast, just kind of had to carry it and try to say more, you know, try to break down what was going on, all the while, like every detail that you give, it's like, what does this mean for the game? What does this mean for, you know, and it's just like, it doesn't matter. So, I mean, they had to keep repeating that, but I thought Ryan Clark did the best job of it, but had a similar point to you that I was going to bring up. Like he was jarred when he went to LSU because, you know, at practice, they had a similar situation where a guy tore his ACL, and he said in high school, we'd all be getting around on one knee and praying for the guy and, you know, really taking 10 minutes or whatever, you know, and he said at LSU, or, you know, once you get to college, it's just, like I said, move the ball up.
10 yards, move it up 10. Let's go.
That guy's season's done. His life's changed.
Next man up.
Practice the 2nd and 6 we were practicing or whatever, you know.
But you know what that made me do though after that happened? 95, that made me get after it in the weight room because I didn't want to get hurt anymore. And I remember going home and my mom in her wheelchair would be like, and she don't know anything about football based on just what she sees. But she's like, I'd always come home. She was like, yeah, you need to work on your ankles. Your ankles look too small out there. So me getting hurt really helped me to see how important taking care of my body was and making sure that I put my body in the best optimal position, whether it be the game or practice, because you could get hurt worse probably in practice because you got more plays. Game time, you don't have all those plays. Let's throw it to break, Bob.
All right. We'll play some movies.
Yeah, let's throw it to break right here, and then we come back. We'll the text line's open. I got a question for you from Chris Tanner from YouTube, Terrell, so you can think on this one. I know you don't want to read it. Does Terrell have anything positive to say about the new coaching staff and anything they're doing? Not looking for sunshine pumping, but dang, the ticket 93.7. I'm with
the black shirt
and
fuck.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Every child has the ability to be successful and thrive in life, but sometimes they need your help. Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Lincoln exists to help children unlock their potential by making meaningful matches between adult volunteers and young people. Right now, there are children just waiting for a mentor to step up and make an impact in their lives. Learn more online at bbbslincoln.org. There are kids right here in Lincoln waiting to get started. Volunteer today and start something big.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy new year. We are thankful for many things from 2022 and hope that 2023 brings prosperity for you and starts off well for everyone in your life. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Let me share something to make life just a little easier. It's just one word, Bryant. If we need service on our furnace or AC, we call Bryant. Same thing goes for an electrical issue. If I have a problem with my faucet, a toilet, a drain, or a water heater, I don't need to know how to fix something. I just need to know who to call. And at our house, it's Bryant.
Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Just one call. 467-1111. Remember, we do whatever it takes.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for technicians of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package with 100% paid employee health insurance, paid time off, paid parental and bereavement leave, an annual recreation bonus, and a boot and clothing allowance. Landmark offers the latest certified John Deere training so you're up to date with the newest equipment and technology. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmark.careers. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop.
What's up, Big Nate? Big Nate said, "What's up, brothers?" So, Terrell, do you have anything positive to say about the new coaching staff? Anything they're doing?
I don't pick battles. So the thing that I'm saying, I'm just waiting for a coaching staff to come in here and win me over by winning games. You know, I done been through this the last 4 years, 7 years, 8 years, 4 coaches. So, you know, all the talk, you know, I'm past that. You know, I think with me having an opinion, I mean, that's great. I mean, everybody has an opinion. You know, it's just, you know, is it my opinion because I'm on the radio? Oh, I don't know. But my thing is, it has to be proven on the field from now on. You know, it's not just recruiting wise or just listening to all of who we got, who they got. I just want to see everything proven on the field from here on out.
Yeah, I think this has to be proven there because it doesn't matter all the fluffy stuff that we talk about and all of the hoopla about what we got and who we got. If you can't put it together and you put a solid group out there on the football field, and I'm not talking about a solid 11, okay? I'm talking a solid 22 at every position.
Yeah, and the thing I'm saying about, you know, about what he's saying about the coaching staff, yeah, I mean, I feel just like I'm saying, you got a 23-year-old receiver coach. Oh, okay, he's 24 next month, but based off kids' decision in college football lately, it's been the position coaches. Like my homeboy, he coaches at the University of Georgia. He coaches the running back. He gets the top running backs because he's that type of coach. He's been in the game long enough to get his name out there to be the top running back coach in college football. But the thing I'm saying, you want somebody with a name. We probably just lost one of the best college receiver football coaches. But now you go to not calling the guy no name, but who is he? What has he done besides followed you to Carolina? You know, if I'm a receiver, I want to know what is his coach pedigree, who he put in the NFL, who has he helped. You know, this is the small things. These are the big things these kids look at today. You know, not saying that if you had a kid like Marvin Harrison Jr., would you think he was going to go with Heartline, or you think he's going to go with this young coach we got that nobody knows? You know. Who's to say if Mickey goes back to coaching it somewhere in the SEC? I mean, now you got him recruiting the same person, you know, and who you think this kid's gonna go with? This kid wants experience over youth. That's what I want. I want an experienced coach over youth. I mean, he don't have to be Whipple age. Who says you have to go down and get a 60, 70-year-old to help get this team right? No, you can go get you a 35-year-old who put some time in this college football era, not just sitting here. You know, I just finished coaching this high school, or I was at Carolina. I was the quality control coach at Carolina Panthers for 2 years. So what did that mean? I mean, where's your coaching experience? Where's the thing that's going to get these young guys that want to come here? Because the position coach is one of the main reasons why these young kids come to college, not just because of the head coach.
For sure. Not So Sick is in the building, man. You know who that is? Right, sir? You know who E-Nut is?
Yeah, I know who E-Nut.
Who is he?
I know E-Nut, dude. Who know E-Nut?
You don't know his real name.
22nd and Holdridge, E-Nut. Tell him about it.
He says VJ sounds like he is in high school suspension. LOL. Them deaths with the side blinders. Well, with friends like that, who needs enemies? Thanks, Nate. Nate says winning fixes everything. Talk is over with. No one wants to hear any more talking. I mean, listen, I like to hear the talking because then what you say, you have to back it up. So when you are talking, I like it because then you got to put the proof behind the pudding. So,
yeah, VJ, they talk about you. So your audio quality is pretty bad.
I mean, I'm sorry. What can I do at this point? You got to listen to it for another 12 minutes or tune in tomorrow. I'll be in the office. But I don't know what to do at this point. Box looking at me like Whipple.
How long are you going to pick on Whipple? He's out of the door. You got to find somebody else to make fun of.
No, I don't.
Oh, you're just going to stick on picking on Whipple?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do you know why I say Whipple? Why I call you Whipple?
Why is that?
I'm asking you. Why do you think?
Well, because Whipple, you usually do it when when I don't have an answer for you.
When he's just a little slow.
Yeah.
You know, should have called 44 ISO and went with what's one of those plays we go with? You know, I don't know.
Play calls
four wide, throw it down the field. I can't believe my audio is like that. What did Mark say?
He doesn't have a solution for us.
Oh, so it's on my end.
Yeah, it's not on this end.
Pretty much. Pretty much your setup there, Captain. Something's not plugged in right.
Maybe let me do this. Maybe if
I don't think you should do anything right now.
So who's the real Whipple right now?
Yeah, come on.
Who's the real Whipple?
VJ
you
Whipple.
guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yeah, but yeah.
You can?
We can. It's not a whole
lot clear. Okay, good. That's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to troubleshoot on the air. What about now?
Yeah. Would you say it sounds a little more clear?
Yeah, it's still like he's.
I mean, it doesn't sound great, but
still like he's goggling something.
Yeah.
Sounds a little bit. I said, PCAT said, nah, VJ sounds like he's in the cave. All right, make me feel bad. You know what? I don't feel bad because it's my kid's birthday. Now.
You say you got too much bass. Turn your bass down, man. You got any dial tones over there? Where you at?
I do, but okay, so if I turn it down like this, then you can barely hear me, right? Right?
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Can you? Is that better?
Relatively.
Forget it, man. Why are you guys trying to throw me off?
I think we just got to roll with it today.
That's what I'm saying. Can we just get on with it?
Yeah, we got to roll with it.
Somebody said you in a 50-gallon barrel rolling down the street. Turn your trouble up. You got any
I don't have any bass.
Where's your satellite tweeters at, man? Where's your satellite tweeters?
Where would the bass be at? This is a computer, right? Just plug in and go.
Go on the roof and mess
Never
with the
mind.
satellite.
Let's just go. Let's yeah. Good. And good. What about did you see the Grant tweet? VJ?
What?
The running back.
Anthony Grant. Yeah.
Tech said he'll be back.
He's coming back.
Is that your one good thing about Nebraska football?
I mean, no, there's a lot of good things about Nebraska football, man. You just got to weed out them first. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff we got to go through to find the good stuff for Nebraska football. But hey, that's a good comeback. I mean, with him and AJ coming back, that's your 1-2 punch that you already, you know, you have two more capable running backs that's in that group. So why, you know, you add a freshman, you know, I don't see no reason for him playing this year. So you redshirt him and like you said, you develop him, you know, and hopefully the year after that he gets behind AJ and keeps developing. And you know, it's just a lot of good stuff. We have the Under Armour game that starts at 4:00 today that has the recruits in there that probably 2 that's gonna commit to Nebraska. So Nebraska got a lot of stuff going on.
Tag, you are funny. Tag says, "Did VJ have a full face motorcycle helmet on?" Hey man, stop it. Josh says VJ sounds like he got a Jitterbug computer for Christmas.
He got one of those Black Friday computers, huh? $98 will get you the newest one.
I guess they said for 2023 ain't gonna be no red room and get your butt to the studio.
Yeah, they make you sound bad.
I'm saying I don't want to sound bad now. Don't be trying to bring in 23. Now we've never had that problem where I sound all like I was in a barrel. Now what's going on, Bob?
It's a new year. I don't know. Like I said, I've asked Mark to ask for help. I don't think that I don't think there's much we can do on this end.
Well, Bill and Bennett, let me know what game you want to go to next year. I'm surprised. I bet the tickets go up, but I'll still get some. Bill and Bennett says this: even a bad sounding VJ is better than no VJ.
There you go.
All righty, Bill. I'm still mad at Bill and Benny. Wasn't he the one that texted us about some food at one time? And he was right. Yeah, that was Bill and Bennett. Yeah.
About what food?
He had some food one time and said he was. Yeah, I said you're just in Bennett. That seafood.
yeah.
Remember that, VJ? What did he have that time? I forgot. I need to go back and look at it. Read Bill and Bennett, Texas.
I don't know. Bill, let us know what it is. What do you got, Bill? What do you got, Bill? I think Bill can out barbecue you or something.
Nah, I cooked some good meals the other day.
What'd you do for New Year's?
I just did Jamaican. I did some Rasta pasta and some jerk pork chops and jerk chicken. Something new.
You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You're a jerk.
I sat in the house like an old man on New Year's.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I popped one firecracker and I got in trouble.
I mean, this had to be the most lackluster New Year ever. I mean, I literally just sat around and watched TV, watched football.
The football was so good; it was hard to get away from it.
Yeah, about time because the game was over at 12. So
yeah, it was. Yeah, the game winning field goal was like at.
No, the game. The game missed field goal.
Yeah, the game missed field. Yeah.
Y'all, listen, TCU for the win. TCU. Bet it all on TCU. What they going to be, 14, 15, 17-point dogs?
13 right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Come on, man. 8750 says, VJ, does it bother you watching Duggan's success since he was a Council Bluffs kid? It does. It doesn't bother me. It makes me say we had greatness right here in our own backyard and we let it get away. It makes me say to the new coaches that's there now, this is an example of what's been going on for the last 10 years. You let guys like this go to places like TCU and go back 4 years, 5 years. TCU was okay, but TCU, you didn't ever think they'd make it to the championship game. TCU is in the game. They have an opportunity to become champions.
And lock down the whole state of Texas.
Man, listen, they beat Georgia. Terrell, I know you're going to be crying, but if they beat Georgia.
The video, just stop it. If they beat, just stop.
Well, we said if they beat Michigan.
Well,
y'all both thought they were going to beat Michigan.
Well, I really feel bad for you more than I feel bad for me because now it's a kid next door in Council Bluffs that has a national title, so hey.
Well, I mean, listen, it goes back to the Cincy quarterback. That was one I played. His older brother I played with.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
So we had an opportunity to pick up Joe Burrow again. Not that Joe Burrow could have turned into Joe Burrow that he is today without going to LSU.
Yeah, but how many times are we going to say that now? Because you could probably say the same thing about Max Duggan and I
agree with that. But what I'm saying is, and listen, take all of the great quarterbacks right at Nebraska that won. Who are they? Tommy Frazier.
Yeah, there's a whole list of them from 35 years winning.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you take them out of the equation, then what happens? When you have to play with the backup. So all I'm saying is, like Steve Taylor. How long was Steve Taylor the starter? How long was Tommy Frazier the starter? How long was Eric Crouch the starter? How long was Taylor Martinez the starter? How long was Adrian Martinez the starter? See?
Yeah, but that's the thing though. I'm happy for Max Duggan that he did go somewhere else for opportunity because I don't think Nebraska probably would have developed him like he has developed, like he has in TCU. I mean, this guy's a game changer. I mean, and he studies the game like it should, and he takes that big that big opportunity, but he takes that sacrifice to run that ball like that for his team who's down, and he's hurting, and he gets back up and keeps fighting, but still does it in a patient way to help get his team down the field, not in a rush way. You rarely see him throw picks. He's very cautious about, slow start, but a good finisher though. So, it's a lot of things that this kid does at TCU that probably he couldn't do it in Nebraska.
I mean, I would agree with that, but again, you can't, because you can build around a great quarterback, right? You can't put a mediocre quarterback with great just receivers. You got to put a mediocre quarterback with a great running back and at least one great receiver and maybe two other good ones, and then put a line in front of them. But it ain't gonna matter. But I'm saying, if you got a guy, and I think, listen, whether you like it or not, what's the other kid that's going to Oklahoma State?
Zane Flores.
Is Zane Flores better? Is Zane Flores better than any quarterbacks we got in on scholarship right now, Bob?
Probably not like right now,
Really?
but it's like projecting. You think I don't think he's probably as ready to go out there as Casey Thompson is. But
let me say this again. I said any of the quarterbacks that's on scholarship right now. Okay.
You got to be better than Purdy and Logan Smothers.
Yeah, I mean, as far as
if you're going to compare
Harvard, come on, man. Come on, Bob.
Well, Casey
Really?
Thompson's on scholarship, and
I said any of the quarterbacks, is this kid better than right now?
We didn't even know how good our backups are. So,
well,
we do know how good they are. They get it.
Yeah.
Jeff Sims is a 3-year starter at Georgia Tech, and Casey Thompson has started in 1 games in the Big 12 and the Big 10. I'm not ready to put Zane Flores on their level.
I see, again, you're going somewhere that we don't need to go. Okay. That putting him on their level is just asinine. Let's not do that. I'm saying this girl is snoring up a storm. Maskey.
Is that a dog?
That's my dog. That's my Victorian book. She's like 115 pounds. So bless her heart. She's only like 2'1". You know what I mean? You know, Maskey, come on. Stop snoring. Come here, girl. There you go. Get up. Where was that? Because I was going somewhere before I got ignored by my dog. What I asked you about was, okay, let me rephrase that. Take those two out of the equation. Of the scholarship after those two quarterbacks that we have currently on the roster, do you think Zane Flores is better than any of them?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. At least upside.
So it's worth giving him a try because we gave them 2 tries. So, and we seen the impact that they have on the game. But you're asking a freshman though, VJ, to come in and do that. These guys are not freshmen. Logan Smothers and Purdy are not freshmen. So that's a comparison. That's kind of hard.
No. But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to compare them to these other guys. I'm saying the other guys that we have that's not proven. The only one that I would say is even partly proven, and he really couldn't get it done when it was a passing situation, is our running quarterback. And I like him a lot, Smothers. But if you tell me Zane Flores, the other Flores kid might give him a run for his money because he can slang it. But Zane Flores, again, go back and watch the kid's tape. There's a reason Oklahoma State is on. Who's a better football team, Oklahoma State or Nebraska right now?
Oklahoma State, although they had a pretty rough end of the year.
Even with the rough end of the year, at this current moment, they're better than Nebraska on paper and on picture. Okay? So I'm saying Flores, to me, is someone who we can't allow him to go to an Oklahoma State, because the best quarterback, you're going to know that he's the best quarterback early in his career when he's a sophomore. It's like the quarterback from Bellevue West, right? How many scholarship offers has he had?
Yeah, plenty. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay. So Nebraska better be first at the table and get there often in order to let this kid know we want you. Now, if he doesn't fit what we do on offense, forget it. But Zane Flores, Max Duggan, they both fit what we do on offense. I played that earlier. And Terrell, when I finish this, you can throw it to break, and then we'll get to all you guys' text messages when we get back. But But I told you earlier, you look at Max Duggan, you look at Zane Flores or Flores from Nebraska, you look at the other kid, even Adrian Martinez. But Zane Flores' upside, I'm saying that right? His upside, to me, is enough to put him in third position right now. So, is that an unfair analysis? Some might say. But when I look at it, you keep the kids at home that's supposed to play at home, and we try to win with those guys because they give you a better chance to win, because I think they play with bigger heart. And Max Duggan's dad was a coach, and he played quarterback. So there's really no reason. And again, our new wide receivers coach, his dad was the head coach at where? Cedar Hill High School in Texas. We know that the head coaches in Texas make 6 figures. So it's an important thing over there in the big state of Texas. Start the break, Black Shirt.
All right, all this jazz and that flute, that what was that, saxophone? Sound better than you today. So just wanted to let you know. We're at the Ticket 93.7 on the Black Shirt, Terrell Farley, and we got the captain sounding like he's in a cave, long cave. I'm also with Brock, and we'll be back after this.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and things are rocking in Louisville. We've got transport showing up every day with loads of new inventory, lots of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Our pre-owned inventory is also filling up fast. Our GMC Terrain inventory is really filling up fast, so we're putting special pricing on those right now. This is the time to check out our GMC Terrains, as we've got all models with a great selection of colors at a discounted price. So please stop in or check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Every child has the ability to be successful and thrive in life, but sometimes they need your help. Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Lincoln exists to help children unlock their potential by making meaningful matches between adult volunteers and young people. Right now, there are children just waiting for a mentor to step up and make an impact in their lives. Learn more online at bbbslincoln.org. There are kids right here in Lincoln waiting to get started. Volunteer today and start something big.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. It's football season, and that means you're tailgating with friends, or if you're like me, yelling at the TV during Vikings games. Trek CBD has a variety of products that help calm me down during the games, so I don't scare my dog. But in the rare cases that I yell too much, there's CBD products for him, too, and all other pets. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Trek CBD has it all at 84th and Anderman. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for technicians of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package with 100% paid employee health insurance, paid time off, paid parental and bereavement leave, an annual recreation bonus, and a boot and clothing allowance. Landmark offers the latest certified John Deere training, so you're up to date with the newest equipment and technology. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmark.careers. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy new year. We are thankful for many things from 2022 and hope that 2023 brings prosperity for you and starts off well for everyone in your life. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC is great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm here looking for a better picture. Yeah, we're gonna get all to that good, all these good text messages, man. You gotta get to them. All right, let's see that one for now. All right.
Hold on, I gotta get my picture.
Let's get to your text messages now. Can you hear me? Is this thing on?
We didn't hear you. Your picture is the same though.
I know. I didn't want to change it because it was just I couldn't. I was going through them so fast I couldn't get to it by the time you got back.
Oh, okay.
But hold on a minute because I got some good stuff. Hold on. Web Blanket says this: Nebraska let Duggan get away to TCU, while TCU let Omar Manning and O'Shawn Mathis get away to Nebraska. Who won that trade?
Kind of feel bad for O'Shawn, honestly. This TCU run without him. He's one of those. I mean, there's going to be all types of stories in the portal. And his story is he probably got more NIL money, but didn't have the team success.
Yeah,
with his transfer.
I want to get more into that tomorrow. So, that's the topic I want to talk about. I want to break down the TCU defense, with the 3-3-5, and I also want to go over a lot of stuff with the transfer portal tomorrow after watching TCU with the 8 defensive transfers. I just want to have a topic about how strong of presence has we been in the portal so far. It's still you still got a lot of players finna come announce this week that they're leaving too. So it's gonna be open back up some great spots and some great players coming out. I think I forgot the latest player, but I know he comes from Alabama or somebody defensive end.
I know a 5-star
State.
Texas A&M guy.
I think Ohio State defensive end is coming in the transfer portal. So I want to talk a lot about that tomorrow. And also, like over the last couple of weeks, VJ, I got the records for the bowl games for the 8 the conferences, the Big 5 or the Big 6 or the Power 5. So ACC is 5-4 in the bowl game. Big 12, 2-6.
Got a team in the championship, but nobody else is doing anything.
Big 10, 5-4. Pac-12, 3-4. And the SEC is 6-5. So it's kind of evening out, right? The SEC, I don't think they have that power like they thought they had after watching Ohio State and Ohio State exposed Georgia defensive backs because the SEC doesn't have that power passing like the Big Ten does or like the Ohio State does. So I think they really had Georgia on their heels, and it's a game they should have won. So, you and like we say, Michigan should have won. So you could have had an all Big Ten national championship, but we didn't. That's how it didn't go. So, you got to think about that, things like that. So, it was a good weekend of football, though.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how you guys see it, though, especially for the conference we're in, the Big Ten. It feels like a missed opportunity. It's still a great year. You had 2 teams get to the playoff. But without Alabama kind of hanging out in there, there's not 2 SEC teams, which have traditionally over the last 15, 20 years dominated the sport. This was the opportunity, and it was a year too where, again, I don't feel like there's a whole lot of separation between Georgia and Ohio State and Michigan and TCU, and I could keep going, Tennessee and Alabama. I mean, I think it was a year that it was kind of open for the taking, and the Big Ten was in pole position, and they didn't get anybody even to the championship game. So again, this could have been a year. I mean, the narrative could have completely flipped if you had Michigan and Ohio State in the championship game. Then we could have started talking about the Big Ten, maybe now the new best conference, all that. And with the missed opportunity, it just kind of falls back to, like you said, 5-4. Big Ten West did 3-2. But nothing spectacular.
Does it put us closer to the SEC now that we watch Georgia and Ohio State? Does it let you know that the gap between the Big Ten and the SEC is not really bigger than what people think it is?
Well, I think the SEC is kind of having somewhat of a down year, and when they're doing that, meanwhile, with still having some of the best, probably 3 of the top 8 teams in the nation. So that's the SEC. To me, the SEC. And it might happen again. It's favored to happen again that Georgia wins the championship. You just follow the championship line. Again, for the last 20 years, it's basically a team from the SEC, a team from the SEC footprint like a Florida State, or a Clemson, or a team that's joining the SEC like Texas or Oklahoma. I mean, outside of that, maybe USC. I'm talking about since Nebraska won a title. There's not a whole lot of teams that are not from the South that won any titles, and it's mostly SEC.
Bill and Bennett, he says it was fish fry and it was in Lincoln, and he said, "Are you a little bitter?" And I want to ask you a question, but I'm gonna read what he says. But I want to ask you a question before you answer it, Terrell. He said the black shirt seems bitter about the black shirts being handed out to the basketball players. Now, wait, have the black shirts played? Have the basketball team played better since they handed out the black shirts?
No, not at first.
Not period.
Yeah.
Well, that was after beating Creighton, which was probably still their ceiling there. But they played a good game last time out against Iowa.
Purdue finally lost, huh?
Purdue did finally lose again to Rutgers. Back-to-back years, Rutgers knocked Purdue off the top at number 1.
Okay, so this golf Jake says this. Talking about development and kids coming to Nebraska to get to the league, as well as this convo. How many quarterbacks from Nebraska have gone on to have a successful NFL career, especially compared to the Big Ten teams?
Not a lot.
Great question. This golf Jake. John says, I thought that was box snoring. And she's back at it again. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Maskey, come on. See, you try to, because listen, I love dogs, right? I've got 3 of them. And she has SAD. Ever heard of that?
What is it?
It's called SAD. She gets sad when she's not with her human.
Okay.
Right? Wherever I go, she sleeps right there all the time. Doesn't matter where I go. Right? So SAD is separation anxiety disorder.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but that's what I called it. Jeremy said Bob Stoops 25 when he got his first college job. Lane Kiffin 22, first college job. Ryan Day 22, Dabo Sweeney 27, Nick Saban 22, Kirby Smart 24, Urban Meyer 24, Coach Osborne 27. And by the way, Enoch said to you, Terrell, to tell VJ to tell Harriet Tubman hello.
He talking to you. I'm not in there with you. I'm not with you.
No, he was talking about Harriet Tubman.
I don't know who Harriet Tubman is.
You don't know who Harriet Tubman is?
I sure don't.
Are you serious?
Cut his mic, Bob.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Bob.
The first cut mic of 2023.
Do you know who Harriet Tubman is?
Yeah, we were taught in like middle school. Harriet Tubman is.
Well, why is he calling you Harriet Tubman?
I'm not with you, so he must. Whoever's in the
He
background.
said, "Tell VJ to tell Harriet Tubman hello."
I'm not a woman, so VJ, how can he tell me to tell Harriet
He
Tubman?
might say he must say.
Let's just stop it. Yeah.
Play the out music. I don't know how to save this situation.
All right. Houston Pepper Champion says this. Apparently, his last name is pronounced Flores. Maybe he's mad we've been saying his name wrong all this time.
Yeah, Flores sounds cooler. We're gonna.
I know. 8750 says this. It's never good when local kids are bolting. VJ, how many guys did you play with at Nebraska? Listen. I'm here. I give it to you like this. If you were a player, first of all, I had like 13 players from the state of Nebraska go to Nebraska in my class. When you played at Nebraska back then, I could almost name the guys in like a 5 or 10 year span that went on to play at other schools that had decent careers. Steve Standifer, running back from Omaha Benson, played for New Mexico State, went on to play for the Colts. Thunder and Lightning. They should have took both of him and Randy Stella. You don't know what I'm talking about, huh? He's gonna kill me for forgetting his name right now. And his dad played for Nebraska. Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. Anyway, had a great career over in Canada as well. I mean, there's not a lot of guys at that point in my career that didn't go to Nebraska. Clinton Childs, Damon Bennings, Matt Aiden, myself. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Zasker says missing on Duggan and Flores was the previous staff issues. Ruling Company supposedly took a swing at Flores, but was locked in Oklahoma State, from what I've heard. Keaton Keith! That's where it was. Keaton Keith. Coach McGuire looks like he would show up at your door to sell you Boy Scout popcorn. John. Thanks for the Keaton Keith, you guys. He is telling you that you sound like you're in the Underground Railroad, DJ. No, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Tell VJ to tell Harriet Tubman hello. Sorry it took me so long to get it.
Hey, Pecan Pie trying to steal my roster pasta. He wants my recipe.
That's a lie.
No. Tell him to look it up. You got to make it your own. You know, I tweaked mine. I stole it from somebody else and just added my own little twist to it.
Hey, what y'all got next on the water cooler, Bob?
Well, Rico's going to jump in studio, obviously, with me, and we've got a lot to break down for this weekend. We'll probably look a little bit more into kind of just the college football weekend that was. Rico's got his unique take, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, listen, man, we'll start off 2023 on the right foot. They say it's the wrong foot. I say it's the right foot. Happy birthday to my two kids, my two twins, 5 years apart. Black shirt. Happy New Year to you. Bob, happy New Year to you. Hey, Ticket fans, happy New Year. Let's go. 2023, Coach Rule, get it together. We need to see Nebraska beat Colorado, or I'm going to look like a woolly mammoth or a motorcycle guy with an automatic helmet. We'll see you guys tomorrow.